Hello students, my name is Bendre, Assistant Professor in Zoology at Rare Shikshan Sanstha's RBNB College, Srirampur. Welcome to my video on the lecture called as Nucleus. Okay, so this nucleus comes under the topic of paper number 6, that is cell biology. Students, in the previous lecture you might have learned about different kind of cell organelles present in the cell, okay, which is the structural and functional unit of life. And in this structural unit there are many such organelles that are taking place or which are functioning well to make the cell work in our body. Okay, so along with this different kind of cell organelles, there is one such organelle which is very important part of the cell. So students, do you know the whole life, okay, the whole life that is depend on the cell, that cell depends on what? Do you know? Do you know students, whatever the genetic material that is making our life or making that genetic material pass to the next generation is present where? Do you know students that whatever function or whatever our body functions, okay, are taking place, that is because of what? Okay, so today I am going to tell you about such an important prominent part of the cell where all these functions are depend on one such part of the cell, and that is the nucleus. So nucleus is a very prominent part of the cell where whatever information is given to other organelles or whatever functions that are carried out by other organelles are depending on the nucleus. So let us see the information about the nucleus. So first and foremost thing we are going to look is the definition. By the definition you get the whole idea about the structure function of the nucleus. So let's see the definition. It is the membrane bound organelle or the structure that contains the hereditary information and controls the cell's growth and reproduction. So you get the whole idea from this definition that how important the nucleus is in the cell. Okay, so it is the most and prominent part of the cell because all the functions are dependent on the nucleus. Okay, so it is called as the command center. Okay, wherever and whatever information is required by other organelles is sent by the, or that commands are sent from the nucleus. If nucleus doesn't command well, the other organelles or other soldiers won't work out to carry out different functions of the body. So it is called as, it is the command center of the cell. It is the heart and brain of the cell. As in our body, the brain and the heart are very important parts of our organ system. If they doesn't work, our life is finished. So in the same case, in the cell, in the structure of the cell, the heart and brain of the body is the nucleus. Okay, so whatever as the heart sends all the blood or the nutrition to each and every organs of the body, same is the case of the nucleus, that it sends whatever the protein formation information, genetic material information is sent to the other organelles, okay, to produce some kind of other structure which can form the different kind of parts of the body. Okay, and so we are, and whatever the information, whatever the impulses has to be sent to the brain, that are decided in the nucleus. So we are calling it as the heart and brain of the cell. Okay, next it is the administrative office. As in case of any institute or any kind of offices, the administrative part functions as the very important part or this cell where all the notices, all the information, important information has to be passed on to the other important requisites which are present below the other parts of the offices. Okay, so that time whatever notices, whatever the decisions, important decision has to be made, that is done in the administrative office, okay, by some kind of head. Okay, so in this case also the nucleus acts as the administrative office where all the notices or whatever the important decision has to be taken by the nucleus. Okay, so this kind of commanding structure, the prominent structure, was first discovered by a scientist called as Robert Brown, a very important and eminent scientist who discovered this important cell part, that is the nucleus. He found this nucleus, first he observed the nucleus in the plant cells, okay, and then later on after further discovery they were observed in different kind of eukaryotic cells, okay, that we are. So this nucleus is present in all type of eukaryotic cells, okay, but it is absent in prokaryotes. It is totally, or it is not that prominent in the prokaryotes, because if you observe the cells of any bacterial cell, the genetic material or the chromosome material is present scattered in the cytoplasm, so it is not prominently in that nucleus. So mostly we can say that it is not much prominent in prokaryotes or absent in prokaryotes. And most importantly, as I said, it is present in all the eukaryotic cell, but except one, that is the RBCs. So all the human beings, okay, are lacking the nucleus in the RBCs, so absent in RBCs of man. Then it is an whole and sole center for carrying the genetic information. All the content of genetic information is protected in the nucleus. So all different kind of cell division, cell reproduction, cell growth, whatever information is required for that, it is contained in the genetic material, and that genetic material is carried or placed in the nucleus. So here I would like to tell you that where is the position, where is the location in the cell. So this is the structure of the cell, okay. In this cell, this is the cell. In this cell, where is the nucleus? So nucleus is present over here. This structure is called as the heart of the cell or brain, and this is the administrative office, as I have said you earlier, where all the important informations are given to all the other organelles. That is, this is the ER, this is Golgi apparatus, this is mitochondria, okay, these are peroxisome, these are lysosomes. So all these functions are carried out by the information given by the nucleus, and whatever cell growth, whatever the proteins are required for these cellular organelles are sent by the nucleus. Okay, so this is the important part, most prominent part of the nucleus. Okay, so according to this location, as we have known the location that it is present in the cell, in the cytoplasm. So let us see the different kind of positions, okay, where the nucleus arrives or it is present in the cell. So if you see the position of these nucleus in the cell, it varies according to different kind of cell types. Okay, for example, it may be in some cell, it may be at the center of the cell, okay, in this way it may be present at the center, which is surrounded by the cytoplasm. So the gelatinous liquid, okay, semi-fluid liquid is called as cytoplasm with cytoplasmic fluid, okay. So it takes place at the center surrounded by the cytoplasm, or it may be scattered anywhere in the cell, okay, it may be scattered, okay. While in some cells, that is adipose cell or epithelial cell, it is found at the periphery of the cell, Okay, it is found at the periphery of the cell. Okay, so this is the position of nucleus at the periphery, while that is present in adipose and epithelial cells. Okay, or it may be here. Acetabularia, in acetabularia, it is present in the basal region of the cell. It is always in acetabularia, it is present always in the basal region. Okay, so in this way the position varies according to different kind of species or different kind of cell types. Okay, so we are clear about the position of the cell, that is, it is variable. Now let's see about the morphology. How is the different kind of morphological structures of nucleus? As we know that most of you think that it may be spherical or it is in circular in shape, but the shape is varied according to different kind of cell types as per the position. So let us see the shapes. So the nucleus shape may varies from it may be spheroidal, it may be elliptical in shape, or it may be having the lobulated margin. Lobulated means, I will show you, these lobulated margins are present in the leukocytes. Leukocytes means that are the W.B.Sc, that may be in granulocytes or granulocytes. So this leukocyte, for example, the neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, contain different kind of shapes of nucleus. So for example, here in neutrophil, the nucleus is trilobed or multilobed with lobulated structure. Lobulated structure means in this way there are small infoldings. Okay, there are small infolding which give the structure of different kind of lobules. Okay, and so this is the lobulated structure. This is the lobulated means these are having 3 or more than 3 lobules, so we can call this as trilobed or multilobed in neutrophil. So this is the structure of nucleus, neutrophil nucleus, where it is not circular. Okay, it is lobulated. While in the same case eosino or basophil, we are having this nucleus, this is the nucleus as dumbbell shaped. Okay, we are having the dumbbell shaped nucleus in eosinophil or somewhat small dumbbell shaped in basophils. So these are all leukocyte, the W.B.Sc type. Also in some structure, okay, we are having in the hexagonal cells, we are having the tubular shaped nucleus, while there are in some spinning glands of insects. Okay, in insects maybe which spins, there are spinning glands in them, okay, which spin out some fibers. In that glands, in that glandular cells, we are having branched nucleus in this way, branched nucleus. So in the spinning glands of insects, branched nucleus is present in the cell. While in some monoliform organisms, okay, this is the monoliform organism where the nucleus is giving beaded like structure, just like some beaded pearl like structure is present. See, here you can see the beaded structure of nucleus. So here different kind of shapes of nucleus are seen in different kind of cell types. So we say that the shape may be variable in different kind of cell types or according to different species. Okay, it's not only the spherical shape. Okay, so after looking at the shape, okay, we will look out for the number. So number also varies in different kind of cell. It's not like that in each cell only one nucleus is present. Okay, so let us see what are different kind of numbers of nucleus in the cell. So the cell may be anucleate, means there is no nucleus. So the cell which possesses no nucleus is called as anucleate, and that example is of RBC. Okay, or RBC of man. Otherwise it is present in some different kind of animals also, that is camels, or in amphibians also it is present, but specifically in the RBCs of man the cell is anucleate. The next is the cell in which single nucleus is present is called as mononucleate, only one nucleus. So this is the example, this is the mononucleus, okay, and this is the plasmodium. In plasmodium or in amoeba, Okay, a typical cell structure with single nucleus, that is called as mononucleate structure, is of nucleus is present in Plasmodium or amoeba. Next is the binucleate. Binucleate means two nucleus. Okay, so this two nucleus are present. The cells which contain two nucleus are called as binucleate, where here, and the example is paramecium. In paramecium we have two nucleus. The large nucleus is called as macronucleus, okay, while the smaller one is called as micronucleus. Okay, and so this two kind of nucleus are present, so we are calling it as binucleate cell. Then next is the multinucleate cell. Multi means more than 3 or more than 2. Okay, so here you can see this structure is of opalina. In opalina organism, okay, these are all the different kind of nucleus, spherical nucleus present in more than 2 number, and so we are calling it as multinucleate cells. Example is opalina. So again I will recap: anucleate, that is RBC cell of man; mononucleate, that is present in Plasmodium, that is single nucleus present in Plasmodium; binucleate cell present in paramecium having macronucleus and micronuclei; and then in opalina we have number of nucleus, that is multinucleate. Okay, after looking at the number of the nucleus, we will look out for the size of the nucleus, that what are the different kind of sizes present according to this number. So these are also, as shape is not constant, numbers are not, they are variable in different cell, the size is also not constant. So the size varies from 11 to 25 micrometer sizes in nucleus. Okay, so if you see about this size, if there is more cytoplasm or the cell is larger, having lots of cytoplasm over there, then the volume, according to the volume of cytoplasm, the size of the nucleus depends. More the volume of the cytoplasm, more is the size of the nucleus. So the scientist discovered one formula. The scientist's name is R. Hertwig. Okay, R. Hertwig scientist discovered the formula called as nucleocytoplasmic index. Nucleocytoplasmic index, that is called as NP index, where he found that according that the proportionality, that if volume of cytoplasm is more, the size of the nucleus is more. So he discovered this formula, that is nucleocytoplasmic index, that is NP index is equal to Vn, means Vn means volume of nucleus, while Vc is volume of cytoplasm. Okay, so NP is equal to volume of nucleus divided by volume of cytoplasm minus volume of nucleus. So this gives rise to NP index, that is nucleocytoplasmic index, that we will see more that details in the next lecture. So this Hertwig formula also correlates with the size of chromosome. Size of chromosome means in some cells there may be diploid chromosome, there may be triploid chromosome, or there may be polyploid chromosome. So according to this, the cell which contains tetraploid or polyploid chromosome, polyploid means more than 5 number of chromosome, or tetraploid means more than 4. Okay, so in the tetraploid or polyploid cells, the nucleus size is always greater than the diploid cells. So according to the size of the chromosome, the nucleus is larger. Okay, for diploid cell, the nucleus is smaller one. Okay, so this Hertwig formula depends on the size of chromosome also. So in this way, we have seen the introduction about the nucleus, the definition, the different characteristic, the location, the position, the morphology with respect to shape, number and size, and the index formula given according to the size. Okay, so in the next lecture we will study about the ultrastructure of nucleus and function regarding to that. So for today, thanks for watching.